Hi everyone, my name is Sia Godara and I just wanted to help you understand if you have a business, should you register? Or in this video rather, I'll talk about the benefits. Why should you actually register as private limited company? So first of all, I would like to mention, if you are looking for investors, if you want some investment in your business, you can't keep it as a sole proprietor or OPC. Investors would want a share on paper. So legally, they would be shareholders of your company, and for that you need to have a proper setup arrangement. So it's always best to register as private limited company. So this is once investment deals are done, but even during the process or when you're approaching some investors, it just adds to a little bit more credibility, and it just shows kind of like you're serious about your business, you're already sure what you're going to do. So it's always best to register even before you approach investors. So now a lot of people would be like, okay, it's going to be a bootstrap business and all that. Would it make sense? Or if you want to go ahead for loans or anything else. So here, as a company, you may end up taking some credits here and there. There might be some dues and you might have to shut down or whatever be the case. Basically, what happens is once you register, the liabilities of your companies are its own liabilities. Like if it has taken some loan, if it has to pay some dues, everything that company has to do. Nothing from your personal wealth will be taken up. Whereas in case of sole proprietor, it's your own liability. So if suppose you have 10 lakh due and there's no money in the business, as a sole proprietor you may have to sell something, you may have to provide from your own personal savings, borrow from your family or whatever, but you have to make sure those dues are as per whatever due is, that has to be paid. But in case of private limited, now company is actually, you can say it's another legal person, you can consider it like that, and company's documents, company's taxes, everything will be separate than your own personal things. So there will be no intermixing, and if something is due from company's side, it is due from company's side, not from your personal wealth. So it like sorts of keeps you protected, especially if you're going for businesses which are high risk. Make sure you register so that you at least protect yourself from any legal issues in future. Then see, we're talking about credits, dues, everything. You may also want to get some credit, you may also want to get loans and all. So when you want to approach banks or other NBFCs, it's usually now not just when you are paying off the dues, but also when you're asking for credit, when you want loan for your business. You may not always want to share your equity, you may want to go for a debt route. Even in that case, see, if you're a private limited registered company, it builds a little bit more credibility because it shows a little more seriousness on your part towards your business. Basically, if you've gone ahead, taken a step of registering, making it legal, so you are a little bit more serious as compared to if it's just a sole proprietorship and you're just navigating through or seeing how it goes. So that makes a little bit of difference. Now the next point would be, what about how customers perceive here also? So basically it helps you with building a better customer perception. I've seen a lot of reels these days, they actually market themselves as MC registered. MC registered is nothing but either private limited or OPC kind of company. So they market it and like try to put a legal stamp on their work. They may still be frauds. Okay, so first of all, don't get into all that. But a lot of people think, oh, it's registered, it might be something nice or it must be something legal, you know. So on that basis, even in customers' mind, it builds a little bit more credibility, and there's a chance that if you market it properly or if you approach your customers in that way, you might end up converting them. Now of course, for customers it may not matter way too much, but for your employees it does matter. So if you're just a small startup and you're hiring employees, like I'm not talking about labor class employees, but more like professionals, they would always ask you, would you provide us work certificate, would you provide us experience letter and all that. So once you're a private limited company, suddenly the weightage of everything goes up in their minds. So employees feel like, okay, I'm starting my career or like continuing my career with such a company which is registered, like it's a good business, it must provide me some value, it must help me with some learning. So even when it comes to hiring, it just eases your work a little bit if you are private limited company, because see, you provide other benefits also like PPF, ESIC, etc. That's a part of private limited company. We will discuss it when I discuss about what all registrations and documents you get in private limited. But since you get everything, it just builds a little bit more credibility in minds of customers. Now I'll just address two questions, that actually three questions, that a lot of people ask and are like a little apprehensive while registration. First of all, taxes. So would the taxes will be higher or lower, or how would it be managed? See, in terms of taxes, you can actually save a lot of money in private limited company. First of all, there will be two entities, as I talked about, right? One would be you, one would be your company. So every entity will have a separate tax, and you can pay yourself salary or keep the money in the company, decide how to go about everything in such a way, like you can opt for a lot of other exemptions, etc., with the help of a professional, so that you are able to easily minimize your taxes. So all these things can be done in private limited. So I would highly recommend in such cases you can go for private limited if you're looking for all those, but make sure you hire a professional. The next part where people are like, okay, once I register, what will happen? How about the closure of the company? Very simple. See, closure is very simple process. You just have to submit some paperwork and get the closure done the way you will get registrations done. So even the closure is not a difficult process. It's a simplified process. Government is actually supporting the businesses to open, and that's why they simplify the closure process as. So if you and your partners are actually sure about what business you want to start and kind of sure about your shares and responsibilities, you can go ahead and register. Closures and all etc. can be seen by a professional later. Now the main question which people like, actually the step where people get stuck. If I want to register, there are a lot of formalities, legalities, paperwork during registration, after registration. So we'll talk about that. Firstly, see, all you have to do is submit basic documents like your ID and address proof or company name, etc., and just get it done by a professional. There's a small fee charged for that. You just get it done, because that's a lot of headache for anyone to take. I also personally don't get into all that, although I talk about it in the videos, but we also have our team who does the work. So just get it done. It's very simple. Next thing is annual compliance. Even that can be managed by paying a little bit to a professional. You can have your like annual fee kind of thing, and where you can get all the annual services whatever you want depending on your business type and registration type. So need not worry about any of these. If you still need some help, you can contact me. I'll mention all the details in the description. But if you're clear about registration, go ahead, register and take this first legal step towards your business.